Hello and welcome back to Earthrose Tarot. How are you doing? Thank you for being here. Today is going to be a general tarot love reading for my Pisces. This is for Pisces in Sun, Moon, Rising or Venus. It is a general reading. It's not a private one, so please do take what does resonate. Anything I say that doesn't resonate for you, please leave it for somebody else. It's also a timeless reading. It's for whenever you come across it. This could also be future influence for you whenever you find it as well. Anything I'm saying in the reading, if it resonates for you with the roles reversed, go ahead and reverse them. If you're new to the channel, then huge welcome. Thank you so much for trying me out. If you're a returning subscriber, then welcome back. Thank you for all your support. It means the world, and I'm so glad you're here again. So, Pisces, I'm going to be looking at what is coming towards you next in love, and we'll also just do like a check-in, see how you're doing, any advice from the cards, anything else that's coming towards you other than love as well. So let's just see what comes out and we'll go from there. Alright, so what's coming towards my gorgeous Pisces in love, please, and what messages do you have? I'm actually going to start with an oracle card this time around. Why not? So let's get into it. For my Pisces, please, let's get started. Okay, we have forgiveness, first card out. We have overwhelmed. The stress from this is draining me. Okay, one more. Thank you. Irreplaceable. The way you love can never be matched. So someone feels or is going to be feeling extremely stressed and burdened, Pisces, by either they want your forgiveness for something that's happened between the two of you, or they feel like it's not going to be possible to move on from something that's happened, but they feel like also they can't find you in anybody else. You're one of a kind. So can you just give me one on what is the forgiveness? What happened? Secrets. So this could be that you found out something that was being hidden from you, was being kept secret from you, and rather than someone being direct about this to you, they kind of stayed away, or they deflected. Okay, let's get some more. Let's get another oracle deck for now. What were the secrets about, please, the Pisces in this situation? Why secrets? Oh, look at that. Spilling the beans, a different oracle deck. The first line says, revealing secrets. Cat's out of the bag, untrustworthy. And the bottom of the deck is tiptoeing, acting, avoiding getting caught, acting shady and sneaking around. So I just said it, didn't I just say? Someone was trying not to be direct and were trying to like deflect and avoid telling you something. I feel like you found out either by yourself, like you came across the information, or, sorry, I had to pause there, dog stuff, or someone filled you in, like, but not the person who should have told you in the first place, someone external. So can you tell me what the secret that came out, the cat's out of the bag, what is that about? What was the secret about? We've got a light bulb moment, a sudden realization. I mean, again, it's insightful awareness, it says on it. So again, it's about finding out information. Did Pisces find out, or is going to be finding out, depending on where you're at? Okay, it says knocked up, pregnancy, expecting, mothering. Oosh, red flagged, warning signs, take heed, a risky situation. At the bottom of the deck is fed up, over it, not having it, frustrated. This feels like someone really crossed a line for you, Pisces. Maybe you found out that they'd got someone else pregnant, or that they had children and they'd been lying to you about that. It might, like, for some of you, if you haven't found, although I strongly get this, like, that someone is burdened by thinking you're not going to forgive them because they kept something secret from you and you've already found out. For some of you, it could be also be that they're burdened because they feel like they haven't told you something important, and they are burdened by the idea that you're not going to forgive them when they let the cat out of the bag. All right, let's get some tarot. And it could be like they have, I mean, it obviously it depends on you, it depends on how you feel about the situation, but like obviously if they got someone pregnant like when you were together, not cool. Obviously, unless you have some sort of understanding about open relationship. I'm not getting into that, but you know, for most people that's not going to be cool. But if it was like they have a family, they have a baby mama or a baby daddy that they hadn't told you about, you might be okay with it, but this person is, maybe it's more the deceit that is going to be the issue, the fact that they weren't just straightforward with you about that a long time ago. I just got, all right, I'm going to move these out the way slightly. Let's get some tarot. So what's going to be coming towards my Pisces next in love, please? Ooh. Okay. Wow. Well, the Five of Pentacles came out on top of spilling the beans and secrets. So I don't know if that person you have properly locked out in the cold from you, Pisces, because of their deceit. The other two cards that came out, the Three of Pentacles and the Emperor. And the Lovers is at the bottom of the deck, so that's Gemini and Aries, major arcana. Why the Five of Pentacles? Let's start with that for Pisces. Why the Five of Pentacles, please? Knight of Cups in reverse, Page of Pentacles upright, and then the Nine of Wands is at the bottom of the deck. This feels like whoever kept something from you, Pisces, you are now very much keeping at arm's length. Like there's definitely like did I say they crossed a boundary or something with you? It feels like you might be polite, you might still speak to them in a friendly way, but you've kind of massively reduced their access to you effectively. There's also like you're not sharing an emotional side with them, you're not opening up romantically or going into anything about feelings with this person, like, so they may really feel that being pushed out into the cold because the emotional side of you has been turned off to them, even if you might still be civil with them. Who is that person? Can you tell me anything else about them? They are going to be communicating or trying to pull a conversation out of you, or maybe even pull a little bit more out of you than you're currently giving them, because I see you kind of replying, but it's very like the bare minimum. So they want to communicate more and they want it to actually pick up, maybe to even get back to how it was before. But yeah, the bottom of the deck is the Four of Cups. This is more communication coming in from this person, and they are, with every message, they're realizing just how cold you've gone towards them, because the level of disinterest is going to be palpable with their attempts at communicating. I feel like you think that they are immature. Ooh, again, this thing about this truth coming out, because underneath the Four of Cups is the Page of Wands, and then the Five of Cups. So I almost see this person, Pisces, they might try and make you laugh, they might try and bring some brevity to the conversation, like try and lighten the mood, try and make light of, stuff that's gone down, and just kind of, even like, is it too soon to make a joke about that? maybe. It's not that it's too soon, maybe it's just not going to cut it for you. It's a very unserious approach, basically, is what I'm getting from that person, and they're going to be disappointed with the result. Underneath the Five of Cups is the Ace of Swords, Justice, and the Ten of Swords. So there was some sort of, again, that's the secret, the cat's out of the bag. It kind of had to be known. There was an unfair element to you not knowing that information, but it has also put like maybe a final nail in the coffin. I feel like you, again, see underneath the Ten of Swords is the Four of Pentacles and then the Empress. So it's like, well, it's a couple of things here, because also I'm talking about finding out that someone has got somebody else pregnant. It might also be an awareness that there's somebody else in the mix, or there has been someone else in the mix the whole time that you didn't know about, that was kind of holding on to your person. And I'm almost getting like someone attaching themselves, like hooking on for the ride. I don't know how to explain this. It's like the two of you were like in a car or something, going on like a road trip or a holiday. It's like this. What I got was that the other party has hooked themselves. I don't know why this is popping into my head. It's such a weird way to describe this, but that's the energy of like, you've got a hanger-on or someone who is along for the ride. It's almost like someone who's strapped themselves, this is the picture I got in my head, don't ask, to the bottom of the car, and you didn't know they were like riding along the whole time. You just thought it was the two of you in the car, you know, enjoying your connection, enjoying seeing what happens, going on adventures or whatever. Okay. It was a very, very specific Simpsons reference that is actually what is in my head. But it's not, I know not everyone is going to have grown up watching The Simpsons and have that as a pop reference, but it's basically Sideshow Bob like attached himself. I think the episode is called like Cape Fear or something. Anyway, getting nerdy on you. So let's carry on. Why the Three of Pentacles and the Emperor? Let's move on, because that feels like something different. Why the Three of Pentacles and the Emperor? Interesting. Lovers in reverse came out over on top of this person I've just been talking about, who really wants you to start talking to them or open up as much as you were before, Pisces. So is this the same person? Because this is someone you're making plans with, someone who wants to be serious, someone who wants to be a key player in your life, if you like. They want to be mature. Like this person was coming through that was just talking about like a page several times. And then you have an Emperor. I just don't really... This is why I said it feels like someone completely different, because this is someone you can make plans with for a future, unless that's what you thought that they were. You thought they were an Emperor and they've turned out to... But I feel like this could also be, with the Emperor, it can be like a boss, can represent a boss or a father figure. Now, it could be literally your father, for some of you might make plans with them in terms of like, they might be helping you to buy a home, they might be helping you, doing DIY on your home for some reason. But the fact that the Lovers come out in reverse, on top of that, the person who kept the secret from you, it feels maybe more like you've locked them out, you're not choosing them, and you're more focused on seeing if there's something there with someone else who you consider to be far more serious. Serious nature, like someone who maybe even more good on paper. Anyway, let's find out about this Emperor, please. Who's this Emperor for Pisces? Okay, we have the Two of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands, and then the Five of Swords. Okay, interesting. Well, so it is all the same person. I'll try and figure it out, don't worry. But, because this is someone who was flip-flopping. They were making plans and they were deciding whether to include you in them or not. They're giving you half half the information for sure with that Five of Swords. They're making up their mind as to what they want. It could be like, do I want Pisces? Do I want something else? Do I want a third option I haven't even considered yet? Definitely a sense of like weighing up pros and cons and giving everyone involved that, their different options, half the story, whilst they hold all the information and they make the plan about what to do. Okay, Five of Cups came out crossing the Emperor, and the Ten of Swords is at the bottom of the deck now. Unless it is all the same person. Because this is strongly feels like everything I've just described, but it's blown up in their face because you found out the other half of the information without them telling you. Tell me about the Five of Cups. Eight of Swords sideways. The Queen of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles together. That can be you, Pisces, with the Queen of Cups. Oh my jeez. The deck split when I just showed you the Queen of Cups for the Ten of Pentacles, and the Two of Cups is there, which in itself is, it's a card talking about soulmates, very strong connection. Underneath it is the King of Cups. Oh my god. King, Queen of Cups, Two of Cups, and the Ten of Pentacles. Wow. But then the other side, I said the deck split, the other thing I can see is the Seven of Wands, which talks about obstacles to try and overcome, things that are in the way, barriers, resistance. Let's get some tarot. I mean, that's what we've been doing. Let's get some more oracles. Okay. Tell me more about what is coming towards Pisces, please, next in love. I mean, it kind of gives me that maybe this Emperor is all the same person. They've almost like, you had a very high, like you held this person in high regard, you had high respect, you had a high idea like of them. They've really gone down in your estimation. Yeah, first card out, Pisces. Look at the size of this deck. Is boundaries. No drawing the line enough. I said twice already they've crossed your a serious boundary for you. What I was going to say is that you had them in such high regard, and they were kind of playing a game here of I hold all the cards, no pun intended, but I'll, until I decide what I'm going to do. The world revolves a little bit around this Emperor kind of thing, but it's almost like this blown up in their face, I want to say. I haven't seen a tower yet, but the disappointment is such that it's almost like they're actually free in a way with that Eight of Swords that came out sideways, because they're free of the mental prison of the other information, which can be like, when you, I mean, I'm not really someone who hides things from people personally, but even if it's like a small thing you have a bit of guilt about and you just leave out because it's like a lie of omission kind of thing, because you don't want to hurt the other person's feelings, or this is going to go badly or whatever. Like, I'm trying to remember, but the feeling when it comes out, even if you have to deal with the fallout and obviously take responsibility, it is still like a relief, because you're not. This is why I don't hold secrets. I'm an open book, I'll just tell you, and normally it doesn't go that well for me either. But this is why I don't keep secrets from people, because it's just the guilt is exhausting for me. So in a way, this person is free from the guilt of you not knowing, and them trying to almost lead a double life. But they're now in a new prison mentally, because of they're now trapped with the disappointment because of that King, Queen of Cups. This is like that's a combination of two people that are meant to be together, that love each other, that you know, they are picturing marriage, long-term plans. Like, oh, that was the person I was going to marry. Effectively, that was that combination. The other card that came out before I went back to talk about the Emperor was the Running card, which says ghosting, disappearing, invisible. At the bottom of the deck is family, fertility, parenthood, pregnancy. Now, the other thing is that you might be finding out that this person got somebody pregnant and then did a disappearing act on them, for some of you. I mean, also could be actually like, I mean, it's coming through, the Emperor is also more a father. But, you know, gender roles could be reversed here. This could be finding out that there was, you know, this was a mother who did a runner from her child. Obviously, I hope not in either case, but I feel that's more extreme. So it could be, I was getting more a sense of like, this was coming through as a masculine energy, but if it's not, if it's a feminine, then just apply that. But yeah, it could be that you're finding out that this person is not actually acting responsible to a child that they have, or that happened, you know. Maybe they weren't with that person, maybe it was an accident, but they are like tried to run from the responsibilities, or paying child support, or being there as like even just a father figure or to the child. So it might not even be the fact that they have a child that they hadn't told you about. It might be how they ghosted the mother of that child, for some of you. But let's see. Let's get some more, please. What's coming towards Pisces? We have breaking point, limit, final straw, overwhelmed. Wow. Was the second card that came out from the first oracle deck that I grabbed. Overwhelmed. Okay. What does that mean? What's the breaking point leading to? So overwhelmed. Ooh. The curse card came out. Hex, witchcraft, negative mind. Why? I mean, that's a horrible combination, because that's like someone spiraling mentally, basically. They're just falling down a pit of self-loathing. But tell me more. Ooh, okay. Bluff came out in reverse. And then second chance. Reconciliation, making amends, opportunity. And the other card is intuition. Heart song, telepathy, inner knowing. So for some of you Pisces, you knew this person was going to at some point turn back up and try and have another, like, make amends, to reconcile, to have another opportunity with you. Tell me about the bluff. It's obviously, this is someone who is reaching their limit. They can't pretend something anymore. But what were they pretending? What were they pretending? Oh. Intimacy and influences. Influences are attachment, third parties, obviously, and then we can talk about being intimate with someone, whether it's like bonding, you know, emotional intimacy or physical. I don't know if but this person was pretending to find, you know, solace with other people, as in like they don't care, they're going to go date other people. But I said from the start, they're overwhelmed because they can't find you in other people, Pisces. So if maybe they were pretending to themselves that they could find you somewhere else, like it's not a big deal. Okay. Let's put a couple of these away. All right. How is my Pisces? Let's check in with you. How are you doing, Pisces? How is my Pisces doing? Tell me about Pisces themselves. Oh, you're good. You're good. The first card that came out was the Nine of Cups, and the second card is the Empress. And the bottom of the deck is the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, you're good. It's just let me just check. Oh, wow. Okay. The Nine of Cups with the Empress, that's like, you might be in a frame of mind of looking after yourself better, like treating yourself, a little bit of pampering, a little bit of spoiling yourself, you know, could be some shopping, like obviously male or female, could be some, you know, indulging in your favourite treats. And I don't mean indulging, I'm always Nine of Cups can talk about indulgence, but I don't mean like in anything that's like a vice, although shopping can be a vice, but I mean more like, you know, you don't have to get the budget cup of coffee every day. You could treat yourself and get the really nice coffee, or get the really nice croissant, or, you know, whatever is the equivalent for you. Just basically, this is like a combination of like treating yourself how you want other people to treat you, basically. So you're treating yourself really nice. How's Pisces doing? Anything else? What's going on for Pisces? I see a curiosity from you as well, to learn more, to expand your knowledge, your spirituality in particular, maybe learn more about your, get more into, how can I put it? Like, you've got a curious mind here, and it's about learning concepts and ways of looking at things, ways of looking at the universe that you maybe just didn't know about before. It's I just get this sense of curiosity and enthusiasm, because maybe there's also, for some of you, there might be that you feel stuck in a way in terms of your approach to your love life, as in you may feel like you've hit a bit of a plateau, or you feel like, what am I doing wrong, kind of thing. So and also for some of you, I get the sense that you might be almost internalizing what happened with this person, that you didn't see that they were lying to you or they were keeping things from you. And so you're curious to learn from someone you feel has more experience, this is almost like giving me like listening to inspirational thinkers or speakers. And I don't mean like phony podcasts. I mean like genuinely incredible philosophers or psychologists or that kind of thing, like listening to, like more like listening to a lecture at a university, to challenge your ideas, basically, because it's a very like fresh, curious mind that I'm getting from you here, Pisces. You know that you haven't lost your sense of self-worth. You're actually looking after yourself very nicely, which is great to see. You also have this aura of abundance going on for you, or you will do. It's more just about, maybe you feel like you attract lovers or romantic partners or interests who hide things from you. Maybe you feel it's like a pattern. Maybe you feel like you don't see. I mean, I've got this like red flagged card, oracle card. Maybe you feel like you don't see the warning signs. I mean, obviously, I don't think you should necessarily blame yourself, but it is always a very mature response to also self-reflect if there is a pattern. Like, if there was a pattern of my partners always treat me like crap, then obviously, you know, it's good. I love here that I sense this kind of accountability from you as well, that it's not about being a victim, when you have, and it's also still awful. It's still, there's still a sense of self-responsibility for the people who treat you like crap, of course. But, you know, is it also, what I'm getting here is like, if that was the case, it would be like, what is it about me that I'm giving them any sort of impression that they can treat me like crap? So this is kind of what I was getting about. You're treating yourself how you want other people to treat you, but you're also learning, maybe even trying to learn how to spot warning signs, red flags for the future. Although if that is the case, I would be just careful, because when you look for them, you also do find them, even if they're not there. So it's just being careful about that as well. Anyway, yeah, you're coming through lovely, lovely energy. So how are you feeling about this person who is super overwhelmed? If it's not, as I want to say, if it's not that you found out that they got someone knocked up, basically, short version. If it's not that, it could also be that there was some, you feel like they lied to you about their desires to have a family or to start one with you, for example, or with anyone. So with that kind of running and family combination I saw, it could also be that they told you that they did want to have a family because they knew that's what you wanted. But they had absolutely no intention. So, or they hadn't made up their mind yet as to whether that was really what they wanted, really on the cards. They just wanted to make plans with you, and then they would decide. But obviously that's quite selfish, to say the least, because obviously, yeah. But yeah, so apply, obviously, if it resonates, only if it resonates, and if either of those scenarios. So it could be that as well. But whatever they did, in something in regards to that family, children aspect, was like really crossed the line for you. So how is Pisces feeling about this person who's so overwhelmed and desperate for... Yep, Ace of Swords. I was going to say desperate for Pisces to open back up to them again. Ace of Swords. So you feel like you now see them clearly. You now see them for who they really are, what they really are. You now see any kind of... It's almost like the rose-tinted glasses are gone. You see them crystal clear. What's this Ace of Swords? I mean, obviously that can also talk about revelations, truths coming out. Tell me about the Ace of Swords, how Pisces is feeling. Judgment. Hold on, that was like 10 cards. Why Judgment? It's also, that combination, Ace of Swords and Judgment, is you feel like you've had a massive wake-up call about them. Tell me about the Ace of Swords and Judgment, please. What is that? Six of Cups in reverse. Now that can either be that you've woken up and you see them, you feel like you now see them clearly, rather, because Six of Cups can be a bit of, it's like a nostalgic energy in the upright. It's reminiscing, and also it can be a bit of rose tinted glasses, because you think about when you look back on a situation, sometimes we can be like, we can romanticize things and remember, you know, the best parts, but you don't remember when they did this kind of crappy thing, and or etc. So this is like, you feel it's a stark reality is basically how you feel about this person now, rather than any kind of like softness on the lens of them, if that makes sense. And what is this? Hang on. Oh, this deck is acting so weird. Like, sorry, like half of it flipped over inside itself. That is gonna be a mess. Okay, one sec. Let's get my shirt together. What is the stark reality for Pisces? Oh, Ace of Pentacles in reverse came out on top of Judgment. There could be the stark reality that they are never going to come through with some sort of solid start for you. Now, Ace of Pentacles can be at the start of a relationship, could be proposal, could be marriage, it could be buying a home together, it could be starting a family together, because obviously think about like a seed that is planted that grows into a beautiful tree, or bun in the oven, etc. So tell me about the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Eight of Swords and the Five of Swords. Wow. It's quite sad. There just feels like there's a point of no return moment that's happened here, or in that there's something so crucial that the two of you, this is how you're feeling, that the two of you can't get on the same page. You're pointing in different directions about something that's like a deal breaker for both of you, but you're on polar opposite sides. So as much as there might be some lingering emotional attachment to this person, it's like you feel it's out of your hands. There's nothing you can do to change, because you can't obviously change how someone else thinks, or can't change, you can't control, obviously. You wouldn't want to try and control how they think about something. Anything else about how Pisces is going to be feeling about this person? Again, guard it. Oh, there's the Tower. So, you're going to see it at some point. The Nine of Wands was the first one that came out. Very guarded, very protective of yourself. Someone could have some Capricorn in their charts. At the bottom of the deck, I've got the King of Pentacles, which is Earth, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, but then specifically underneath is the Devil, which is Capricorn's major arcana. Yes, the thing is, underneath the Devil is the Three of Pentacles and the Ten of Wands. This is almost like, what was I going to say? It's like, if you try and rebuild, obviously after the Tower has collapsed with this person, your reason you're trying to protect yourself is that it will only go so far. So basically, is what you're feeling, Pisces. If you can do the Tower fell down, it collapsed from in on itself, kind of thing, like imploded from pressure, from the two of you not being aligned on important issues, points, whatever you want to say. So we can try and rebuild, but it doesn't get to the Ten of Pentacles. It gets to, we're still at the Three. We're still trying to build it, and then it's going to implode again, basically. So there's a strong feeling of like, not trying to see them, not trying to give it more hope, effectively. And it's not like a hopelessness I'm getting from you. It's more like I need to stop wishing for, like doing something again and again with this person, repeating something, and then expecting a different outcome, basically. So you feel very guarded and more like it's not from like a place of revenge or, tit for tat or anything like that. It's more that it's more protectiveness for your own stability, your emotional stability is like, and your kind heart as well. Okay, so let's just have a look at this one. Actually, this one. What action is this person going to be taking towards Pisces? Okay. First card out, we have the Tower in reverse. Now, it's interesting because of what I was just saying. Different deck. So the Tower in reverse can talk about, you know, damage limitations, like trying to mitigate the tower and for it to not be as horrendous, not be so destructive as it may have seemed at the time. Almost like, again, it can be a salvaging energy. I just got a little bit of a sense of denial when I saw it as well, of like... Okay, but let's get some more. Tell me, why is the Tower in reverse for the action this person's going to take? Oh, fucking hell. Three of Pentacles. Where was the deck? Is it still there? Yeah. I was literally just saying, you're feeling like obviously this person is tempting. It would be very tempting to fall back into that, to try and rebuild the tower, and but it's going to get to, you're going to do the Three of Pentacles shtick again, and then it's going to implode, fall down again, because it's what happened before. Maybe it happened several times before, you know, depending. Literally Three of Pentacles in the tower, and I'm asking, different deck. 5 seconds later, what action is this person going to take? And it's Tower in reverse, Three of Pentacles. Yeah, they want to. Oh, they want to try again. Definitely at the bottom of the deck is the Temperance card as well, which talks about, you know, harmony. Can talk about reconciliation. It's there being peace, harmony between the two of you. Did I say harmony already? Sorry if I did. Yeah, my God. Underneath Temperance is the Five of Cups, the Magician, and the Queen of Cups, which is you, Pisces, male or female in real life. Underneath the Queen of Cups is the Two of Wands and the Ace of Wands. They want to do everything they can, use every, I don't want to say trick in the book, that's what popped into my head, maybe that's going to be your impression, but like, just try every angle, let's just say, to try to get you on board again. Remember, I said before, they're picking up on this coldness from you, or they're going to, if they reach out, and it's going to hammer it home even more. Again, they had a little bit of arrogance, I do get, about when things fell apart, when some sort of boundary was crossed, and it's almost like when they can't take it anymore because they've realised that they can't replace you and find you in someone else, Pisces. When they reach out, your detached, cool, like, energy is so different to what the loving kind of feeling they had from you before. Even if you weren't outwardly like telling them that you love them, they could feel it. So what their action is to basically try everything they can to get you back into that loving energy towards them, and you make the choice to start again with them with that Ace of Wands. But I mean, what are their long-term intentions? let's just get, because this is like, yes, they want to rebuild and everything I just said, reconcile for sure, and that's the action they're most likely going to take, is to attempt that for sure. But that's what I'm getting. Obviously, everyone has free will, so they might duck out, but that's what's coming up as most likely the action they're going to take next. But the Tower in reverse, obviously it speaks to everything I was just saying about that you are aware the tower has fallen and it's only going to fall again if you try and rebuild it. The fact that it's come out in reverse for them, it almost, it's like mitigating it. It's like it, you know, it's not that bad. It's not that big of a deal. We can rebuild it. But with that kind of mentality, there's the potential to just rebuild another tower, you know, that's inevitably going to come to the same outcome. So what are their long-term intentions towards Pisces, please? What are their long-term intentions towards Pisces? the Hanged Man and the Three of Wands came out. Ugh, I know what that is, and it's annoyed me. This is, can we put a pin in it? Can we circle back to this conversation, this decision later? Can we just chill for a bit? Like, is there a rush to make some sort of choice? Seven of Cups is at the bottom of the deck. Underneath the Seven of Cups is the Ten of Cups, which literally shows a family with 2 children. This is some, like, basically their long-term intentions is just, it's almost like, how can I put it? They want to, if you ever worked with Lego, they want to like build, anyone had like a Lego castle set? Or you've seen one, just go with me here. It's like they want to build a third of the Lego castle that is, that they could build the whole thing. They want to build like a third of it and be nice and comfortable knowing that that foundation is there. Should they decide in the future that their happiness is going to be in that castle, so then they'll build the rest of it with you. Does that make sense? Anything else about their long-term intentions? It's almost like they want, there's this sense of like wanting to see what's around the corner, and I don't get so much a who else is around the corner, like I could meet someone better next week. It's not so much that. It's more, what if my plans change? What if I want to go and live with monks in a silent commune in Tibet for 2 years? Like, what if I suddenly want to do that? Like, I don't know. Anything else about their long-term intentions towards Pisces, please? The moon in reverse, interesting. The bottom of the deck is the Hierophant, which is Taurus's major arcana. Okay, the other thing with this combination, I mean, what I said is the first thing that came instinctively, but obviously this could be their intention is to get, if we're going to go with like the textbook read, it could be they want to get a different perspective on what their future could be. As in, maybe they want to challenge what they thought their happily ever after would be or wouldn't be, let's just say. So if they just thought, I don't know what I want, but I know it's not a family or something, maybe there might be here that their intention is to pause and rethink and to actually, if that is the case, it is giving me a little bit like they almost want you to convince them that this is like, but if that is the case, then they are open to being convinced, which is half, is a huge element. You can't challenge someone's current ways of looking at things if they're absolutely not willing or open to have those ideas challenged, or just in one ear and out the other. The moon in reverse can suggest, maybe they feel like there are things coming up from the depths within them, let's just say, which were impacting their choices, which they hadn't considered before, and they may be open to challenging the plans that they had, because those plans were being influenced unconsciously by things within them that they didn't even realise were impacting them. So this would be like, for example, they just decided, I never want to get married, or I never want to have a family. It's absolutely fine, obviously, if that is what your choice. It's freedom. Freedom is essential. But if they are like, wait, I thought that was because, that's going to make me happy, not doing those things. It's like someone realizing, oh, haven't wanted those things because I haven't wanted to play out the same dynamic that I had when I was a child. I don't want to, that time of my life was so unhappy and so unpleasant that it has, ingrained in me that I don't want to have a child of my own. For example, I'm just spitting examples here, nothing like it has to be that. That's just the kind of thing I'm getting. So, especially with the Hierophant at the bottom of the deck, this is, again, it's what I saw from you as well, that you're in like this curious, I was talking about you like being curious to learn and expand your wisdom, spirituality, etc. That it was the Hierophant and the Prince of Wands, sorry. But here you've got this person with their intentions, and it's the Hierophant again. Underneath it is the Four of Cups. This is, and then the Fool, Ace of Swords, Ten of Swords, and then we have the King of Cups. I think that's the third time I've seen them come through as the King of Cups. So that you could both have water strongly in your chart. This is almost like, it's a bit of a little bit of some wisdom. Like, it's almost like, especially with the moon in reverse, like a crack in a sealed up door is kind of what I'm getting. Some concepts with the Hierophant, some ways of thinking that this person was not interested in listening to, thought, if it was like spirituality, they thought it was hooey, it's all hippy dippy nonsense, whatever. It's like, it was stuff that, or if it was like philosophy, basically their ideas that they are being challenged there, and there's now this crack of they are open to them being challenged, whereas these are ways of thinking that they were previously not, just don't even bother with that combination. But it's also this understanding, this truth, Ace of Swords, which is, it is an ending to, now it could have, sorry, what I meant to say was that this truth, or this, again, the moon in reverse, so things that were hidden maybe being revealed. I am seeing it more like if it was a dark room, it's literally like a crack that has appeared in a completely dark room, and there's light coming through that little crack. That's how I'm not going like it's all the light all of a sudden. It's more like there's just enough light has come through to challenge this, and they're like, maybe I don't know everything about what I want for my future after all. And this crack appearing could be, and the light just getting through could have been like the catalyst, could have been the seeming ending between the two of you. Or even if you have a new beginning, you have had some sort of ending with this person. Maybe an ending for how things were up until that point has come to an end because of obviously something hitting the fan here. It doesn't mean it's dead end over. It's just that perceived ending has led to a little bit of a breakthrough of challenging this person who thought that they knew everything before, kind of a thing. So, okay, I mean, basically their intentions are, they're open to reconsidering, with that Seven of Cups I was showing you, and it did, my first instinct was, but obviously this is why we clarify, because it was more like, I don't know if I'm going to want this later. I told you the whole Lego castle thing. But it could also be that they have, with the Seven of Cups, they've always been choosing the cup with the glittering treasure in it, for example. I'm trying to remember what else is on the Seven of Cups card. And they thought that was always what they would want to choose for the future as well. But basically, their intention is to... They are genuinely, I would say, in a place of, maybe I need to be picking one of the other cups. But, yeah, that's how they're coming towards you. And I definitely see them, their desire to, their realization that they can't find you in someone else, their desire to kind of also alleviate, because they are so overwhelmed by the stress of the coldness that's burdening them so much that they aren't receiving that kind of loving energy from you anymore, Pisces, or they won't be when they reach out, that it's going to genuinely open them up to considering other futures. Obviously, maybe a future which was more aligned to the kind of future that you want as well. Doesn't have to, this is pretty late, not many people are going to see me say this because it's 55 minutes in, but it doesn't have to actually be children. I just mentioned that because of obviously the cards that came out. But if that's not on the cards for you in real life, or it's not your main concern, then don't worry about that. But just consider it more as like something that was serious for your long-term plans. Family could be with pets, family could just be the two of you. Then you are a family, so you don't have to have children to be a family. But anyway, it's like 5 people are going to see me say that. So anyway, this is what I've got for you this time, Pisces. I hope it was useful, and thank you so much for watching and being here. Please do hit the thumbs up button for me if you haven't already. Subscribe if you'd like to. I'd love to have you. And if it did resonate at all, or you just want to say thank you, then leave me a comment. I wish you all my very best, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.